Shut up. Didn't I say shut up? Bet that rooster will think twice before crowing tomorrow morning. Coffee's ready, guys. Let's start the show. Good morning, my lovelies. How is everybody this fine Friday? We made it to Friday, guys. And I just want to show this. Thank you, Pomp. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're going to try the button. Keep your fingers crossed. Hey, and everything's still working. All right. It's just already starts the day well when stuff's working. Let's see. Excuse me, my goodness. Good morning, Pop, and again, thank you. Good morning, Pinky. How are you? I hope our chat with Bill yesterday helped you out. Yes, if you guys got a chance to stop in, I also popped in to see the charity. It's a wonderful charity to raise money for. Hopefully they do well. You were sending so many farts. Yeah, oh my goodness. Good morning, Mystic. How are you? There was one sound on there, pretty much jumped out of my skin when it went off. I was like, oh God, what was that? Some like large bell sound, or I was loud. It made me jump out of my skin. It was like too early for that, and I didn't expect it. Because I am in total zombie mode today. But I got my coffee, so hopefully it'll wake me up and get me moving. So, how's everybody this morning? I hope you guys are well. And like I said, we finally made it to Friday. Hopefully, everybody's got something good going on this weekend. Let's see. I mean, I could watch it and see every chat, but I ain't allowed to chat. So pointless. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Hip hop. Yeah, I forgot you were banned from Beardo's stuff. I'm only here for a half hour. I have errands run. Oh, that's fine, Mystic. See, I can't even read this morning, guys. Wow. Somebody give me a smack. Smack me, wake me up. We might have a surprise guest this morning. Bill from Carburetors and Coffee might show up if he can roll himself out of bed and get his coffee groove on. Hello, Ace. Good morning. How are you? I hope you are well this Friday. I'm going to pop in for a bit and then pop. Stay as long as you can. We love it when you're here. I'm still trying to figure out the morning schedule for this. Of course, me going away kind of messed it up, and there's other ones that go on in the morning, and I don't want to intrude on their space. So I'm thinking maybe Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays would be a good fit, and then a Sunday morning. We're still kicking it around. Pinky, I know it's Saturday here now. My baby is officially an adult now. Oh, birthdays for the oh, that's right. 18, correct? I think Pinky is what you said, 18. Well, happy birthday. And yes, your birthday too. Happy birthday to Pinky. Send Miss Pinky some hearts for her birthday. All right, Pop's got 2 nights off. Are you going to sleep? Is that how you're going to spend your 2 nights? Sometimes that's what I do. You get 2 days off. It's like, that's it. I'm shutting everything down. I'm going to bed. See you on Monday. Yes, he's 18. Yep, he's all grown up now. I'm going to tell you a story about this guy that we know at one of our local gas stations. He works there because it just gives him something to do because he's semi retired. When his son, I'm telling you, this was brilliant. It was brilliant because I laughed so hard that his son on his 18th birthday, he gave him a card, and in the card was a job application and $20. And he told him, okay, this is the last $20 you're getting from me. Now go get a job. You're grown up. I died laughing. Oh, I said, that was so brilliant. I've never seen anybody do that, hear of anybody doing that. And his son just started laughing. But it was just like the best thing to do. I wish I had thought of that. That would have been so great. I just soldier on. If I fall asleep, I fall asleep. Do what you can. That's all. Get those naps in there. Uh, Good morning, Sage. How are you? My baby's 35. Yeah, mine too. Well, actually, he just turned 36. But they're always our babies. But that was just the funniest story because he told the guy afterwards, he was like, told my wife she couldn't stop laughing because I just thought that was great. That's what I do, Laura. Work in the gas station, although petrol station. Yep, they're petrol stations. You are correct. I just don't know how all the stuff got switched around from one word to another. Like I said, you guys call it petrol, we call it gasoline. So I don't know. All right, Sage is ready. She's armed and ready, coffee in hand. Papa's baby's 30. We're all getting old, guys. That's scary, isn't it? My older son got me a bottle of espresso martini. Oh, it's so strong. Can't drink too much of that. Just a nip. That's all you can do. Espresso's strong anyway. If Ace doesn't work too much, yeah, what the heck? You just do what you got to do, you know. My daughter, she's 10 years old. 10 years old. Oh, she's still little. 10. I actually remember when I was 10. Actually, I think that's when I got my first kiss from a boy when I was 10. I was in my backyard, and at the time, my parents rented the flat, and so the landlord had a truck in the backyard, and we were standing behind the truck, and he snuck a kiss behind the truck. He was fresh. My friend's dad charged him rent as soon as he left school. You know what? It's a good thing to do. Charge them the room and board. I mean, my son, as soon as he was old enough, always had a job. And yeah, we always charged him as well. And then you put it away in a savings account. Because my grandmother did this stuff. Hey, Phil, nice to see you. Wow. Phil has been MIA for a while. Where you been hiding? I haven't even seen you over on Sarah's chat. What, were you grounded? But yeah, we got this idea from my grandmother. We always put the money away in a savings account. And then when they are ready to leave the nest, you would hand them over the full amount that was saved to help them on their way. So if you've got enough to help them, get their first home or their first apartment or whatever, so that's what we did. Pop said, I paid $25 a week. when I left school, and that was in 1990. Oh, 1990. That's when my son was born. A face, Ace. Oh, my little princess. Oh, I know. They're so cute. You paid $150 a month and never got the time back. Oh, jeez. Your parents were having a good old time on your money. I'm not grounded, just busy with work, sleep, and keeping from overdoing myself. Well, good for you. Because where you work is just ungodly hot. I mean, I know you're used to it, but I could just imagine it must have been hell when you first started. But I'm glad you popped in this morning to hang with us. Are you working, Phil? Or are you on a break? Or you home? Cooling off? Of course, cold weather's coming, so it's probably feels pretty good when you get into work because it's warm. And I see that Phil changed his icon. Very cool. Just got off work. Oh, okay. So you're headed home to get some sleep and to eat. So what's on the menu, Phil? Taco Bell, pizza? I know those are the goodies that you enjoy. Actually, they were just talking about pizza. I guess they're going to do a pizza thing with Licio, uh, him trying pineapple pizza, and he's going to film it. So I was breaking him out of my soul. I had pineapple pizza yesterday, yummy, yummy, because I know he says it's an Italian sin to put pineapple on pizza. But if he's seen what we Americans put on pizza, if he could eat it, my son has put it on a pizza, and sometimes it tastes pretty good, depending on what it is. Oh, I can't wait for cooler weather. I'm tired of the heat. Just had a 2 liter of Pepsi, cherry Pepsi. I can't touch Pepsi. Pepsi tears me up. It's been nice here, Mystic. We've had such beautiful weather here, except for the last couple of days we've had rain, and it finally just stopped. But we needed it. Our water levels here are so low, but I just see that as a foreshadowing of a bad winter. So if our levels are really, really low, I mean, we're down to mud in some lakes. To be honest, we're going to get slammed with snow, and it'll make up for it. 55 here, bloody freezing. My favorite food, pizza. You know, when I was a kid, I couldn't stand pizza. And then for some reason, it just switched. It's funny how your palate changes as you get older. Because I wouldn't touch chicken. I wouldn't eat pizza. There's a lot of things. And now I just, I love a good chicken dish. And pizza, yeah, I could eat a piece of pizza every day. And I enjoy pineapple pizza. But see, I don't eat it like I get it different. I get mine with sauce on it. Instead of having just being a white pizza with the pineapple, I have it with the sauce. It tastes so much better. Good morning, Sam. How are you? Don't work too hard or don't get busted. Shh, quiet. Sam's working. We don't want him to get in trouble. Pineapple, ham, bacon, green peppers. Yeah, I can't do the green peppers because they don't like me. On certain foods, it's really weird. Uh, but yeah, we call it the Hawaiian here, the Hawaiian pizza, and it's pineapple and ham. Now, when I make other dishes that have green peppers in it, I don't have a problem. But on pizza and stuffed peppers, oh, sour stomach. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Don't make any sense, but that's what happens. You have to walk home, Pop? 2 miles at 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh, wow. That stinks. You got to get yourself like one of those electric bikes or scooters. Holy mackerel. Oh, it's all good. You're working from home. Okay. He's cool. He's cool. He's working from home. Chinese for I love Chinese. I do. Actually, I'm going to make Chinese today for lunch. I want to make beef and broccoli stir fry. Have you ever been to? I don't know if I'm gonna screw this up. Flinterry in Scotland. I don't even know what is that. Oh, go catch your sunrise. Ours is. It happened a long time ago. I walk everywhere. Don't drive. Need a license here for scooters. You do? Even one of those ones that only go like 20 miles an hour? Because I ended up getting my dad one. It's kind of like a skateboard with a seat and handlebars. And it goes up to 20 miles an hour. And I got it, so my dad could get like to the post office. And maybe we could get down to like the corner store when there's no vehicles. The UK, yeah, I don't believe you got to have a license for a scooter. What about those people in those hover around chairs? They have to have a license too? Holy crap. By CC or Speed. This one, I don't even remember the name of it. Like I said, it's like a skateboard with a seat, and of course it has brakes and all of that, and the lights and horn, and but it goes up to 20 miles an hour, and its charge lasts up to 14 miles, and you don't need a license for them. Yeah, they don't have seats. Oh. See, I can't even put a picture up here to show you. Because I bought it on Amazon. It was, I mean, it wasn't too bad. It's cheaper than the electric bikes. Yeah, they do that here too, Phil. If it goes a certain speed, then you got to have it registered and insured, the bikes. Depending. But nobody around here registers. New York gets enough of our money. And people, I have them all over here. Actually, I had a friend that I worked with where he actually made his own. This is before all the electric bikes come out. And he made his own. Put a small engine on it, on his regular bike, and that thing went up to like 55. He never got busted. And he used to ride it to work in the summer months. Is it more like a mobility one you bought, Laura? No, actually, this is just it's just like I said, it's like I said, it's got the foot area is like a skateboard. And underneath that's where the batteries are. And then it has a seat, and I mean it has regular sized tires like a bicycle. And it has a regular seat that's adjustable, basket on the back, the handlebars, it has a headlight. And that's what I call it. It's a scooter, but it's not like one of the mobility ones. It's just a regular scooter. 8 to 10 is pretty fast, considering 20 is pretty fast for a sidewalk. Yeah, well, no, you can't ride these on the sidewalk. They don't want you to. You have to ride them in the street. But yeah, it goes up to 20 miles an hour. We had a motor job that went 12. That's surprisingly fast. Yep. E-bikes, they go by class, can only pedal into certain speed until you can until see I guess still can't read, guys, till can use the electric. Yeah, I don't know much about them. But everybody here has got them. They zip all over the place with them. Some of them go pretty fast, but they were going for like $1,500. I'm like, I can't, I can't afford that. The scooter was only like $300. And of course, I got the helmet because my father's going to be 80 years old. And I said, no, I don't know what the rules are because you're supposed to wear a helmet when you ride a bike. So I'm assuming they want you to wear the helmet when you got a motorized scooter. I've driven through Missouri and know the castle. Never stopped and visited, though. It's not far from where I live. Oh, pretty cool. I'll have to look that one up. Yeah, the stand-up scooters, yeah, they go 100. Yeah. Well, this is just a sit-down version, but it only goes. I mean, I could have gotten one that went, highway speeds, but then you'd have to register it. So I just got the one that only went up to 20 miles an hour. And it's just under the limit, so I didn't have to register it. So it's kind of like a cheap man's moped, put it that way, if you know what a moped is. It's cold enough walking. It would be cold. Well, then you get yourself a little lap blanket. Or you get yourself some motorcycle gear. The leather chaps and all that. You get all decked out like you ride a Harley and then you hop on a scooter. That'll get you some looks. $1,800 ones go. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people that have them around here. Good morning, V-Teen. How are you? And they're nice if you're going to travel far. But like I said, I think it's ridiculous that you got to register them. I mean, they just passed a law here where if you get into an accident, that you have to report it. But, you know, that happened a while ago when you used to have a canoe here. As long as it was battery, the motor, trolling motor, if you had a trolling motor on your canoe, as long as it was battery operated, you didn't have to register it. Well, they changed that. New York wants more money. So now, if you have any kind of motor on your canoe, it has to be registered with New York State. And we're thinking, we already pay taxes on that equipment. And then they want to nail you again. So my husband got mad and sold everything. I'd love a Vespa for the nice months. I think this is kind of like one of those. I'd have to look it up just to I don't remember exact name of it. The council rents scooters and bikes out here. We have certain spots where we could do that too. Rent bikes and stuff like that. Only problem is that vandals get at them. Sage says it's a little warmer this morning. It's 34. Woohoo! Break out the shorts. Yeah, we had them for a while, and then people started abusing them, stealing them, even though they were locked up. They used to break the stuff open and steal them. People just there's always got to be a bunch of people that got to ruin everything. Oh, it's 65 here already. It's supposed to be in the 70s. I'll take it. I'll take it in the 70s and dry. What's classed as a big city if ponds bigger than my entire city over there, and lakes bigger than the UK. Yeah, yeah, we do. We have one lake. It's called Lake Ontario, and it's kind of it looks like a mini ocean. It's huge, and I've never been on it because the waters. It's bad news. A lot of people have lost their lives on that lake, so I just stay on the shore. Good morning, Kripwalka. How are you? How'd you know I was wearing shorts? Honey, I'm in shorts all the time. I don't care what time of year it is. So I just assume everybody else is too. Good morning, Big Ben. Thank you for joining us. Hope everybody's got their coffee or their drink of choice. But mostly, yeah, New York is it goes by whether it's battery powered or gasoline powered, or in Palm's case, petrol and speed. If it goes over 20, actually, well, it's over 30. If it goes over 30 and over, it's yeah, you have to register it. Can't get away with nothing. Everything's got to be registered and taxed, and you know, just like every year I have to register my camper, whether I'm using it or not. I have to have it registered. It's not a lot because I only register it for a few months out of the year, but I still have to do it or I lose the plate. So this year I didn't use it, so it sat in the yard with a new registration. I don't even wear shorts in the 80s because I've got lucky legs. Lucky, no one else has got a pair like them. Oh, I don't care what people think. I've got relatives, and it could be over 100 degrees out, and oh, I won't wear shorts. Why? Oh, because I don't want people to see my legs. Well, big deal. You got white legs. You're white. So what? What's on the agenda for today? Oh, good question. Good question. Well, I'm finishing up. Today's the deadline to get all of submissions in for the magazine. So I'll be checking all my emails, getting those pages all set and ready to roll. I don't like it when people go speeding down the sidewalk with their scooters when you're in an electric wheelchair like me. It's scary. Oh, I can understand that. Yeah, we're not allowed to be on the sidewalks if it's a motorized scooter. Even skateboards, they don't want skateboards on the sidewalks either because of that issue. People in wheelchairs or just the elderly walking with canes. And so anything like that is you have to. Then we have a section on each road that is designated just for bicycles and stuff like that. Yeah, I've got some good stuff, some good stories sent in. Great artwork. What helps with the tan? A warm pizza box on your lap. Yeah, yeah, it does. I'd say that'd be more than a tan. Sorry, I wasn't able to get an illustration done for you. I've been so. That's okay. There's always next time. That's okay. I just give everybody the deadline because it gives me a few extra days before the end of the month to get everything set and ready to roll, and then I send it in so they could be out by the 1st. Throw a stick in front of them. Yeah, do like the Indiana Jones. Yeah, stick in the spokes. No, you can send one in today. I give everybody until midnight tonight because I'll be working on it later, finishing off all the pages. Because Halloween, so I decorate all the pages in Halloween theme. So you get time, Mystic. A girl here got hit on a scooter, ended up in a hospital with a fractured skull. The guy on a scooter didn't stop. Oh, that's terrible. It's hit and run. That's serious business. I couldn't imagine somebody hitting me on a motorized scooter. That must have just been awful. I mean, I've hit things with my own bike. Never mind anything motorized. Good morning, Steph. I know, you poor thing. She hasn't been feeling good. Send some love to Steph. That's right. Don't give in. Load yourself up on the medication and vitamins and orange juice and whatever works. I'll see if I can do a sketch. It will depend on how busy I'm at work today. Oh, that's okay, Sage. No pressure. No pressure here. But if you get it in, sure, I'll pop it in. I mean, I took your guys' advice. I cut down on the magazine because the pressure was too much between everything else that I'm doing. And so I didn't overwork myself. I just went with the natural flow of things. And I don't still have a good amount of pages, but I'm not in a panic because I didn't get a certain amount. Yeah, there is some kind of nasty flu bug going around because everybody that I know that's been catching it, they hurry up and run and go get tested because they're thinking it's COVID and it's not. It's something else. And it pretty much kicks your butt. Actually, I think Jeff and Dana had it. Uh, I just don't want it. It's well, that's the thing. It's school time. The kids are going to the germ factory. That's what I call school, and they're bringing it all back, and we're all catching it. So I'm glad I don't have no kids in school. And then I tell my nieces and nephew, don't come and visit. Just call. I don't want it. I have one started, been hectic with work. Mom and oh yeah, I hear you there. The was the other day, Wednesday. I was busy Wednesday, and but the VA nurse came to visit Dad, give him his flu shot, so I had to go down there and take care of all of that. Philip, holy crap, you live. I hope you're doing awesome. Yeah, he's alive. I was shocked too. Good morning, Ken. After insurance, a swab over $300 was still put down for 4 days. Wow. Well, they still have those home kits, right, for the COVID? Had my ultrasound Wednesday. Go to see a specialist again. Oh boy, everybody's same thing with poor Wayne. Wayne's been sick. I caught the smell of coffee, so I'm here. Yeah, it was hot, ready to roll this morning. That's after I stumbled down the stairs to take the dog out and crawl back up. Total zombie. Mom scared me yesterday. She's on blood thinners and had a nosebleed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do you know what caused the nosebleed? Or it just happened? That's scary. I know. I see. I want to move further out into the country, but that's the kicker is that the further out you go, the longer the trip to the hospital is. Where here we get to the hospital in 15 minutes. It used to be 2 minutes because it used to be up the road until they made the new hospital and closed down the one up the road. Now it takes us about 15 minutes. And then you wait there for 10 hours. So, I mean, where do you win? It's my head. I know it's sinus infection. Oh, now one ear completely plugged. I'm glad it's not flu. Oh, boy. Yeah, but sinus infection is just as bad. It's like your head's going to explode at any moment. The pressure. I was at the doctor's office and took one because I was running a temp. Yeah. The minute you say you've got some kind of a temp, they okay, let's test you. I get them to you, but they usually stop quickly. Yeah, it's so. Is that just a common thing that happens when you're on blood thinners? It still amazes me that they put a price on your health in the States, a huge price that even with insurance. Yes, it is ridiculous. Because I get, the standard health care because of disability. So this is through Social Security. But then I also have to pay for an extended health plan. And then I still get nailed with copays if I go to a specialist. Oh, wow. Just started getting up out of her chair. Oh, my goodness. Don't feel bad. Mine aren't working either. That's why I'm not typing. As you can see, I had trouble talking when it started. So I'm not going to attempt the typing. When in remission, there's always a chance it'll come back. Sadly, fingers crossed. Yes, fingers crossed. Yeah, that's true, Phil. But then, like here, a lot of states, if you don't have insurance, they won't treat you. Where that's the one thing about being in New York, you cannot be turned away for health care. So even if you have no insurance or no money, they will treat you. You just get nailed with a bill afterwards. So that's why, that's one thing I could say about being here in New York. I need to move by the ocean. I'm telling you, you're right, Steph. My husband and I, we went for our honeymoon, we went to the ocean. And as soon as we pulled into the state, my sinuses were clear as I've never been so clear in my life. It was amazing. The only thing I didn't like about it is like when we parked the car and then we come back later, it's covered in salt. Everything's covered in salt. It was really strange. It's crazy. I could break my back and get free treatment. Oh, so they go by the severity of the injury pump. Is that how that works? Hospitals cannot turn you away for no insurance. They've done it in Missouri, Phil. Believe it or not, Missouri has no state tax, so you've got to have insurances and stuff. My niece was really sick. My sister-in-law brought her to the hospital, and she didn't have insurance, and they were turning her away. Thank God her grandfather was there with them, and boy, he was furious. He lifted the roof off of that place. He wrote a check. He goes, "Here's your damn money. Now treat my granddaughter." Otherwise, they were going to send her home. I pay ridiculous amounts for Medicare premiums, insurance, deductibles, and copay. Yeah, it's ridiculous. We're already paying. They're already taking money out of your disability or social security checks for that purpose. And then you've got to pay more on top of that. Well, my husband and I were both working. We had the best insurance you could ever imagine. It was amazing. But because he worked for the county. The county paid over $300 and then we paid $300. So it was over $600 a month, but we had no deductibles. We didn't see a bill, but who's got that kind of money? Now that, I can't work, and he doesn't work for the county anymore. Now it's just basic insurance and you still can't afford it. Missouri has a state tax. It's called a personal property tax. And that's what their tax is out there. But yeah, she went to the hospital. They were going to turn her away. My sister-in-law lived in the northeast corner of Missouri. No, Laura, no, Laura. All we pay for is medication, and that's only if employed or private hospitals. Just doesn't charge for any treatments. Yeah, see, in New Zealand, hospital care is free, but the family doctor's centuries cost to go there. Prescriptions are free for high users. Otherwise, they're five or yeah. We get a break on the medications, thank goodness. Because at one time I was on some medication for fibro, and it was over $300 a bottle. Thank God I didn't have to pay for that. But we pay. I pay, yeah, depending on the medication, anywhere from $1 to $10. So it's not too bad. In Scotland, we don't even have to pay for. Oh, we all got to go to Scotland. I've heard, and I don't know how true it is. If you have no insurance in states, the hospital will treat you, but basically, it's a patch up. No, like I said, here in New York, you'll get the full, treatment that you need. Um, even it says, and they even have signs right there in the hospitals that you will not be turned away because of no insurance. So you just get a big bill afterwards. Massachusetts, his taxes on just taking a breath in this. I know we're in the same boat. Stuff. I'm waiting for him to start charging for air. We live in a safe bubble in Denmark regarding hospital care, but we do pay high amounts of taxes to cover most. Such could never imagine how rough it is in the U.S. Oh yeah, see, so we pay. Well, we get the double whammy: high taxes and the high healthcare costs. And now it gets to be you can't even go grocery shopping. It's ridiculous. When you leave the store and it costs you over $200 and you've got 3 bags. Come on. But that's how it's getting to be. Every morning I try to watch the sunrise. It's a stunner this morning. I take pictures of it and share it with mom so she can see it too. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I always try to take time out to just enjoy those little things like the sunset and, a good percentage of meds are cheaper over the counter than on prescription. Yeah, they are. Well, that's why I also got that apothecary book. A lot of the old remedies still do their job. So I figured, if they can't figure out what to do for me, I'm just going to figure it out myself. It's a federal law that everyone gets treated at hospitals, although I have seen exceptions to the law. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was floored when my sister-in-law said they were turning my niece away. Poor thing was so sick, and the hospital wouldn't treat her because they had no money or insurance at the time. And thank God her grandfather was there. It's like I said, he wrote the check and he told them, he threw it at them. He says, here's your damn money. Now treat my granddaughter. I don't know if it was just that specific hospital. I really don't know. Oh shit, I gotta go. Okay. Okay, Mystic. Maybe we'll still be here when you pop back through. But if not, have a great day. We're all free here, and it would cost the government a hell of a lot more this side of the border, wouldn't it? And I don't care where you live in the world, you pay your taxes. This is what this money is for. And when you've got to pay outrageous amounts, the insurance companies have too much power, way too much power. Yeah, and the pharmaceutical companies as well. Because when I had to go to court for my fibromyalgia, uh, they were refusing to pay for medications and certain treatments, and the judge just put his foot down and said, "Too bad, you're going to pay for it, whether you like it or not." So the good judge shut them down, thank God. But they were saying, "Well, no, she can't have this, or she can't have that, or she can't," everything that was going to help, I wasn't allowed to have until the judge told them, "No, we're not playing this game." They shouldn't have the rights to control your medical care. And of course, the ones with the money are the ones that get the top of the line service because they got the money. Just like people going through cancer treatment. Okay, yeah, you're getting treatment, you're doing okay, but the ones that are loaded and got the money and the great insurance, I guarantee you they're getting better care than everyday Joe like us. Unfortunately, the evil money still rules the world. Same thing, like there was always a big fight about feminine care products for women. Uh, they should be free. It's something that happens, that it's a natural thing that happens. And these poor, especially like homeless people that don't have, that's one of the biggest things that they request when they go to like shelters and stuff is feminine hygiene products because you know you're living on a street, you've got no job, and how do you take care of that? Must be atrocious. Use small letters. Exactly. Tests, good meds, etc. For the wealthy. Oh yeah, they get the top of the line treatment, top of the line everything because they've got the money to pay for it. You're right, Sage. That is how it is. The money is more important. It's time to get rid. If we could get rid of money, that would just be great. I've always said that. Get rid of the money. It puts everybody on an equal playing field. Hello, graduate. Good morning. It's like, well, I don't know if any of you guys are Star Trek fans, but I always grew up watching Star Trek, and you'll see they're showing in the future that there is no money. Everybody worked for the betterment of mankind, and it was a global thing. That would be awesome if we could get to that point. Wouldn't it be? But again, it's still a dream. You're right, Steph. Yeah, there'll never be a level playing field. And it's been that way since the beginning of time. Beginning of time. Now, see here, Papa's talking about dental care. Here, okay, yeah, you get basic dental care, but um, if you have, like, say, you have to have your teeth removed and have dentures put in, well, they don't consider that a necessity. They consider that a vanity thing. So I always used to fight that because, not for nothing, if you don't have teeth and you can't process your food right, then you end up with intestinal issues. Um, Saying that teeth are just a vanity thing is incorrect. It's a health thing. You've got to have them. But if you don't have the money here, you don't get them. Or if you do get help from the county, then you're getting the cheapest thing going. And they usually aren't right. They don't fit right. They don't look right. But it's through the county, so you get what you get. Invent a replicator so you can yeah, I know. There you go. There you go. I know, isn't it sad that, yeah, there'll never be a level playing field? Us minions will be stuck always doing the work for the man with the money. Unless you decide that, you don't give a crap anymore about anybody else but yourself and the almighty dollar. If you've got that kind of heart, then yeah, you'll make big bucks. Back in the day, we had mobile school dentists that would come to the school and treat you. Yeah, we did too. We used to have somebody that used to come. I remember they used to give you the little pill that would make your to see where the bacteria or whatever was in your mouth. Your mouth would spots would turn red. Oh, I always thought that was cool. And I'm not saying that that happens with all dentists where they'll turn you away, because there are some good ones out there, and they will treat you and cut the price, and because they know it's pain. But like I said, as far as any kind of aesthetics to make it look pretty or more functional, if you don't have the money, you don't get it. There are a lot of dentists out there just big jerks, and all they think about is the money. Yeah, that and the rinse, and then they gas you for extractions. Yeah. Oh yeah. We've come a long way since then. Of course, some people still have to be gassed because they're terrified of needles. But now they even have, the pre-numbing spray or swab before they even give you the Novocaine. If it's a good dentist, he'll know where to put it where you won't feel it. Because everybody complains about, like having a root canal. If it's a good dentist, it's not a painful procedure. Oh, thank you, graduate, so much for that. Yeah, the subscription thing, yeah, is up and down again. You two playing around. It's so depressing. I try not to watch the numbers. You think you're getting somewhere and they slap you back down. Oh, you still have a mobile dental care. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I don't even know what they do in schools anymore. But that's nice because then you used to get the free toothbrushes and all of that. And that was so fun. And then the school nurse, you go, I don't know if they used to do it overseas, but they did it here when they would do a lice check on everybody in school. You go to the school nurse and they had these giant like chopsticks and they would run it through your hair. I used to love the way that felt. I mean, it was kind of a scary thing. Now, hopefully you didn't, end up with that kind of crap, but it felt good. I remember hot school meals and hot puddings with seconds, mind you. I also remember getting a slipper and the cane. Oh my goodness. Now they still have hot meals here and stuff, but a lot of them, the kids say they don't like them now because they're not as good. But Friday was always the best because it was pizza day. Of course, I never ate lunch in school. I was lucky enough. I only lived around the corner from my school. So I used to run home every day and my mother would have lunch ready and waiting. And then it's funny because my husband and I were just talking about this last night because he was making a tuna fish sandwich, but he used a hot dog bun. And he says, "Oh, you remember a tuna boat?" And I'm like, "Oh, what the hell's a tuna boat?" Apparently, in schools back in the day, they used to do that. Would put tuna fish on a bun and then stick 2 carrots in it like sails, and they called it a tuna boat. I said, no, no, I've never had that. My mother always made me lunch. Uh, Not always true. I damaged my eye teeth, and I love my dentist. It was very good, but could not get that tooth numb. It depends on the people. Sometimes he gave me all he could safely give. Oh well, it does depend on that as well too. But usually, if it's a really good dentist, you're in and out with as less pain as possible. I've had some good dentists, I've had some bad dentists, and I've worked for both. So it's next day was 25-cent pizza day. Yeah, I know. Even my son said that when he was in school. Pizza day was the best day. I don't know who made the pizza for the schools, but all the kids loved it. When I was in high school, I didn't really eat lunch. I would have chocolate milk and a little bag of chips. So, hey, 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 look who's come to play. Look who's come to play. Good morning, Bill. Are you there, Sir Bill? We see the man with the wrench, but I have no sound. So either he's a zombie or he's having a sound issue. Oh, and then he left. That was it. He was a tease. You tease you. He must be having a connection issue, guys. Same when I was a child. My dentist was a nightmare when I got to change. Oh, yeah. I had a dentist. I had to have a tooth out when I was a kid. And mind you, this was a baby tooth, and I forgot what was wrong with it, but he gave me Novocaine, but apparently not in the right spot. And when he pulled the tooth, I felt it. And he said, "Oh, you don't feel that?" I'm thinking, "Yes, I do." He didn't believe me. So that's where the fear of the dentist came from for years. And then the funny thing goes, I end up in the dental field. But yeah, it's hurt like hell. He'll pop back in. Our teachers didn't use canes. They had we had one teacher who used to like to throw the erasers at everybody's head. And then she hit the wrong kid, and boy, she got in trouble. But we usually had rulers. They would hit somebody with a ruler, or you would go to the principal's office, and he had a paddle. And when the kids would get out of hand, it was like a police lineup. They would have their hands on the wall, and he'd go by, and they all got one whack, and that was enough. The worst dentist I had was anti-smoking, and he had pictures of smokers' lungs on the ceiling. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh my God. I would have got out of there. That's just wrong. Yeah, everybody knows smoking's not good for you, but we don't need to see a picture. What the hell? I had my knuckles smacked by a yardstick only once. I said I would hit back. Yeah. Oh, I had a teacher once threatened to hit me once. I said, "You hit me and my father will be here in the morning." They ended up letting her go because she got a little too carried away. It wasn't up to the teacher to discipline. You were supposed to be sent to the principal's office, and he did the disciplining. And like I said, I seen that one time where 3 kids got a smack on their bottom side, and I go, "Oh, man, I ain't going there." So I never got in trouble because I know that hurt. Of course, now they're not allowed to do that. That's why our kids, beat up teachers now because there's no discipline whatsoever, either at home or in the schools. I'm sorry, I don't think a little smack on the backside, is going to cause an issue. And lets them know that there's a line and they can't cross it. Teacher who put my friend's ear in a vice. Are you kidding me? Oh, now see, that's abuse. Wow, that's abuse. Grab them by the tops of their ears. Wow. See, but oh God, I was lucky. I had no teachers that were like that. Just the one that threw the erasers. But then later, as the years went on, we found out she was an alcoholic. So maybe that was part of why she was always so miserable. Who knows? Nowadays, the teachers can't do anything. Even if the student's attacking them, there's they can't defend themselves. One in the class says, make a noise. And the rubber was thrown at. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what we call erasers pop. Yeah. It would come sailing across the room and you got popped in the head. But because of teachers like that, that's why the rules changed. They were abusing their authority on these poor kids. I'll tell you, if my kid's son ear was in a vice, holy crap, there'd be a problem. Okay, I don't know what happened with Bill. Oh, maybe he's going to message me. I threw the principal's leather belt in the harbor when I caught it. I got home. My parents asked me how the day went at school. Oh, oh, let's see. Having issues accessing my mic. Okay, Bill's having technical issues. Let's see if he can fix it. I don't know if he needs me to resend the link. Let me see. Oh, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. They said our year of class 1990 was the worst they'd ever had. A teacher ever put my kid's ear in a vice, there would be a substitute the next day. Oh, yeah. And a lawsuit. Because that's ridiculous. You know, when you've got a child that's giving you an issue in class, then they got a timeout or they went to the principal's office. And then the principal would either delegate the punishment or call the parents in to take the kid home. And then let them know they couldn't return until they learned to behave themselves. I mean, the last resort was always the paddle. You know, when you had a repeat offender, then okay, the principal would give them a smack. And it's not like he beat them. They got one swat on the backside. And that was just a warning. But for most kids, you know, in my day, that warning was all it took. I don't know if he needs me to resend it. I'll do it anyway, just in the case. We'll see. That's what he gets for using that OBS stuff. Always gives a problem. We made our music teacher cry because we streamed his favorite audio cassette all over the lights in class. Oh, Pop, bad. Bad, bad, bad. I was lucky. I had also all great teachers. Oh yeah, if you didn't go to school here, yeah, the truant officer. We're here. Is it working? Please. It's having issues. Is it working? No, I was just reading what you guys were saying and it just shit the bed. So let me know if you guys can hear me and everything's back to normal. I think it is. You gotta love it. The internet is such a headache. Okay, good. Woohoo! Yeah, it was all restored. I don't know what the hell around here. You never know. You think with the advances in technology, I'm muffled. Oh, okay. All right, good. I don't know what the heck's going on. It's just our area. The money we pay for internet, you think they would get it right. Good morning, Steve. How are you? You popped in just as the internet went back on. You gotta love it. You're in the middle of a show and then it decides, well, we're just gonna shut her off. That's how we'll shut her up. We'll just turn it off. So let me see what I missed. I was born 17 in school 2 weeks before I left Seattle. Older girl party base school on Monday, and she was a new student teacher. And that's the one you made cry, Pomp? Poor teacher. Yeah, no word from Bill. I don't know if he got his mic fixed or not. So we'll have to see. See, that's what I mean. I know I hear a lot of people love the OBS, but everybody I know that does it, it's just there's always a problem. Uh, I know all too well. I know, Steve. You're just doing your thing, and then the internet's like, whatever, shut it off. They've talked enough. Because I do love, all of the options and stuff that you get with OBS, but then you have to have a separate streaming platform for guests. It's all just too technical. I don't want to have to, especially first thing in the morning. That's the last thing I want to be is technical first thing in the morning. I just want to push a button and say, here I am. You got nearly 300 emails this morning at work. Oh, man. Well, you're going to have a full day. Do you manage to get through all of them or no? That's a lot of emails. And I'm bad because I don't check my emails until I really get a chance to get around to it. And so they pile up for a little bit. But so if you guys send me something, it's not that I'm ignoring anybody. It's I just haven't gotten to them yet. I try to keep up. Especially if you guys send me something, just because, hit me a quick note. Hey, Laura, I sent you something, an email. Go look at it. Do the best that we can. Usually some I can just glance at and delete. Yeah, it's and even though a lot of the stuff goes to the spam folder, you still end up getting some of those really crappy emails. Like, why are you sending me this stuff? I don't need this crap. Stop sending it to me. Is that the coffee brewing in the background? Actually, those are sounds of nature. A little bird action and some rain. The coffee brewing is in the intro, Steve. after I knock out the rooster. And the reason I picked that actually because it's funny. I like to change it up, make it a little better. But I remember when we lived out in Missouri, and yeah, there was always this one rooster, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna just strangle that bird. Would not shut up, and so he needed a good frying pan to the face. Just a lot of work. Okay, so at least you know which ones you pick and choose to actually pay attention to. Of course, that's all part of working remote, which I think is great because a lot of people can't get in somewhere to go to work, but they still want to work. Like me, I'd love to be able to find something at home, but I just haven't found anything that I could do. Sure, rub that in, Pinky. Tiramisu. That's just rude. Just rude because she's not giving us any. Tiramisu would go perfect with my coffee. So stuff it through the screen. Apparently, he's still trying to figure it out. He's still active. Hello, hello, Mariah. How are you? Actually, Steve, you're in here. I'm going to someone in your last show, which I thought was really good, had said a question in one of your chats that I thought was very, very interesting. And so I'm going to do a show just on that question. So I'm not going to say what it is, not going to give it away, but it made me think in a different direction, in a different way, put it that way. It's something that I never thought about, and it was an awesome question. So I'm going to turn that question into a show. Hey, 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 Raven, how's it going? I snuck a peanut butter cookie, but I don't have any snacks. She's making Scooby snacks. Oh, Mariah, are you gonna film it? I still got to do my tea for Wayne. I just haven't gotten to it. I'm bad. I'm a bad girl. There's a couple of videos that I'm supposed to be doing. I haven't done those yet either. I'm killing you. What did I do? I'm sorry. What did I do? Here, shoving cake through. Oh, thank you. Mmm. A little tiramisu in the morning. Oh, I'm killing you because I'm asking if you're going to film it. Scooby snacks. I'm going to film it. I got to, right? So you can have a Scooby snack. Yeah, see, you don't dangle the snack there, sweetie, and not let everybody see how you're doing it. I know I don't say much about food because I've been asked too. Oh, are you going to film it? Well, not really. And I go, well, you should. Well, and like you were saying the other night, Mariah, that it's hard when you don't have anybody that's working the camera. It would be different if my son and his girlfriend were still here because she's a photographer, so she would have been able to film me while I was doing the cooking segment because you want the camera on the food and on the counter that you're working on, and then pan up to you every now and then. Of course, I would say who the hell needs to see my puss, but it's hard, and then you want the different angles. I mean, it's doable, but difficult. Oh, yeah, Mariah, I'm telling you, this is gonna really pique your interest. Unfortunately, the show's not until November, but it is a damn good question, and actually I'm gonna have Kenny Biddle and Friday House on the show with me because I thought this was up their alleys, and to get at least a couple of sides, I might invite another person on as well because of the question. I just wanted to hit all angles and see what everybody thought. If this, I know, isn't this terrible? I'm just dangling it out there. And if this thing would be possible, or is it possible and it's something we're missing? So you're going to have to wait. And the soonest opening I had was in November. So I got it because it's killing me too because I would like to do it quick. But the soonest opening I had was in the beginning of the first Wednesday in November. Not the Dream Crusher. Yeah. Uh, Actually, because he's going to do, because I told him what it was about, and he thought, yeah, this is going to make for a good conversation. So, yeah, he's going to be doing some research. It could be just all BS, maybe no, whatever, but maybe possible. And we're just not seeing it. I still can't figure out how to do it exactly. It is hard. I have to stop the film with my phone too, but I need another camera overhead. Doing it on myself. Yeah, it is. It's a big pain in the cheeks. Unless there's some way you could get a hook setup, something on like an extended arm for a camera above head, or I don't know. It is a big pain in the butt. And it's just so much easier when you've got an extra person that can maneuver the camera and the shots for you. That's why I didn't, because I had a few people who wanted me to do some cooking things, and I'm like, no, I just don't have the people to help me do it. Unless you just do a shot of yourself at the beginning, and then the rest of it is on your counter and on your stove or whatever you're doing, and just concentrate on the food. Because yeah, there's a few things I wouldn't mind sharing with everybody, but it's like I said, it's too difficult to try to make it work. Now, when I do the tea one, you'll be able to see it's going to be in a full shot, so I won't have to move anything. And the only thing I'm going to be doing is boiling water, so and you'll get a shot of the teapot in the cup, which I actually should have did it yesterday because it was so rainy and miserable out. I should have made it last night, but my husband already made coffee, so I said, well, I just do that instead of dragging everything out. And actually, it would have been perfect because after he made coffee and had his, he left and went to go see a friend, so it was quiet. So you guys wouldn't have heard any swearing or anything in the background. He always forgets that I'm either live or filming, and it just comes out. My kitchen is also a studio. So weird. I had to install lights. Gotten it right, but I do paranormal videos while cooking, so one wide shot of me. I need more close-ups. Oh, okay. I'm sure there's a way you'll be able to figure it out. Apparently, Bill couldn't fix his audio issue because he's MIA still. There, I just sent him another message. But I like it when people do the cooking thing. I watch cooking videos. It's always a great way to learn something new. You get tired of eating the same old crap. Like when Bossy was doing hers, but then her work schedule got in the way. which is a shame because you're getting into it and then they can't do it anymore because of that. Hopefully, she'll return to it. It's not very often we get to see her in the chat anywhere too. Like I said, it's poor Carla's going through the same thing. It's you got to work it into the schedule. So I hope he gets that sorted. Yeah, he popped in and then he disappeared on us, vanished. It was magic. Oh, he sent me a message. Let's see. No, I'm trying. Keep saying no access to my microphone. Oh no. I'm gonna tell him everyone is waiting. Now no pressure. There, a little bit of pressure. Let's see. Oh, I loved Cynthia's cookie. Yeah, she did great. The cookie one, boy, those are some badass cookies. Gotta run. Thanks for the brew. Oh, you're so welcome, Crib Walker. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about the internet crash thing. I will complain to the to the service, which won't do any damn good. But I'm trying to make an account too. Oh, okay. He's working on it, guys. He's working on it. Fixing that. I know that lady, the lawnmower deal. The lawnmower lady. That should be a movie. I need to go shopping. Ashley, I'm going to take you with me and listen. But I'll be lurky. Okay, lurky, lurky. Buy us something good. Bring us back a treat. I always tell everybody that when they say, I'm going shopping, I'll bring me back a treat. Yes, be safe out there, Kripflaka. Don't overdo. Just do what you have to and then go back home. I'm bad with that too. If I don't get it all done first thing in the morning, I'm like, it's going to happen later because maybe. I think we're all guilty of it. We cram too much into our day. And I really hate that. I hate rushing. Because you're rushing through life. I don't want to do that. I just want to be able to enjoy each moment as it comes. But the world we live in just doesn't let us do that. Just doesn't let us do that. I don't know why you'd have a problem. He didn't have problems last night on his show. But I don't know what he was running off of. I don't know if he was running off his phone or his computer. I don't know. Oh, well, he has to be running off his computer now because he's saying no microphone access. So something is disconnected. He'll figure it out when we're all saying goodbye. What's up? The pot's empty. It's time to go. Sorry. I don't have myself a coffee wife to refill the pot, so one pot per show. I was just teasing when he was doing his lives and his wife would sneak down and you'd see her hand. So we were calling her Thing. And I said, well, tell Thing that I didn't get my cup. She's got to come over and drop off mine. I think he was on his phone last night. Oh, okay. Because, yeah, he had his tablet set up so he could see chat. So that's why I was harassing him about the pans and stuff. The pans that he keeps his parts and stuff. Those are dental lab pans. They do come in handy, though. I don't have any extras, but he's still got some. Of course, he was running his own lab at one time. Sorry, work keeps interfering with my chatting. Well, isn't that terrible? Tell them sorry that you're just going to have to shut them down for a while. We don't stay on long. I get that. I get, backlash from people. Why don't you answer your phone? Because I have the do not disturb on. I shut it off. So, well, no, I'm live. I got to pay attention to my people. You can call back. It's not important. The only time that I would pay attention to the phones ringing if it was like, my husband, my son, or my father downstairs, because it usually means there's something wrong with my mother and I got to run down there. And it's usually because she's eating something she's not supposed to, so I got to dig it out of her mouth because he can't do it. Bill, the mad scientist. Yeah, I know. He's always doing something. Haha, Bill, we're talking about you. Don't know if you can hear or see us. And you can't do nothing about it. I would still love to sneak up on him during a time when he's in the garage. Of course, mine, like, I'd probably scare me, throw something at me like a wrench. It still might happen someday, though, when he least expects it. It's a good thing they don't have a big dog at his house, and the dog's usually inside, so I'm safe. But they would be so funny because he wouldn't expect it, and I just mess with him. Start with like little scratching and tapping noises. Get him all a little freaked out. Let's see. Watch it. He might throw a flaming wrench. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know. My luck, he would. I get hit in the head with a can of starting fluid or something. Of course, he'd probably catch on after a while because I've always threatened I was going to do it. But I never know when he's going to go live, so I'm never in that area at that time. But someday, I do it before the snow comes. Make him think his house is house is on it. I know. Oh, I don't want to scare the crap out of his wife. And when he's down in his studio, I always break up on him and say, I've got my nose pressed up against the glass in the window. And what I'll do is in a private chat, I just send him a set of eyeballs. Of course, if I went in cahoots with his wife, we could set him up good. Of course, he's probably listening, so this is all moot. He'll be telling Michelle that she can't play with me, so we wouldn't get away with it. But it would be good. The Conjuring, New York. Yeah, who knows? I'm sure we probably got something like that here. People make up such crap. Well, didn't one of the groups say something about that they were going to buy? Oh, God. It was another property and they were going to pass it off like The Conjuring. I've seen so many things I forget, but I think that something like that was out there. Refresh my memory, guys. I don't remember who said that. I mean, it would be like somebody in the UK saying, oh, I bought a house in the States and it's the new 30 East Drive. Sure. Anything for that buck. Of course, we got a lot of our own spooky things here, so they don't need to make anything up. Actually, my husband just was doing a little history research last night, and I'm sure you guys have probably heard about the Loomis gang back in the 1800s. They were famous horse thieves and stuff like that, and a pretty big gang, and it was mostly family members, wife included, and it was all in this area. And apparently, it happened not too far from us, in a place called Waterville. And I told my husband, I said, "Well, we need to take a ride. I gotta see if there's a, check the local cemetery and see if the Loomis gang is buried there." So that would be a trip. So we'll see. Maybe this weekend, if it's pretty dry out, maybe we'll take a scooch over there and see if I can find the Loomis gang, the infamous Loomis gang. I go see the orthopedic surgeon Monday. Ooh, I know. I gave in. I got a doctor's appointment too at the end of the month. They kept badgering me. They keep calling. So I finally said, "Oh, okay, fine." A graduate's got a jet. You guys have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys. Let's see. I got things beeping and clicking and oh, he's still working on it. So I guess we're still we're in limbo. We're in Bill limbo. Hey, Laura, I was thinking about writing a few articles on old mythological beings. What do you think? Would it be something you would like? Sure, I would. We would like that. Actually, I have a page in the magazine. Every month, I put in a new mythological creature and the picture and the quick history of that. Oh, there he is. No matter what he does, he's getting denied. Did you pay your microphone bill, Bill? Aw. See, I finally got a new platform and you'll be able to stream on it and everything. And now his mic don't want to work. Maybe your mic needs coffee. Then it kicks me out. Bill's getting the boot. Well, what is up with that? This is my life. Did you try from your phone, Bill? Will it work on your phone or no? See, everybody's just heartbroken now. They were waiting to chat with you. But yeah, that sage. Yes, yeah. Write it up, send it in. It'll go great with the page that I have with the. Oh, I forgot what I picked for this month. Something scary because it's Halloween. Restart, the ultimate fix for everything. That, duct tape, and a good swift kick, Sage. If I used my computer, I'm sure it would work, but I'm upstairs on my phone. Oh, okay. Well, grab your coffee and go downstairs for a little while. And then you can go back upstairs and do your dishes afterwards. And then you can come here and do mine. Well, actually, no, I don't have any dishes yet. But I'm going to make stir fry for lunch, so then I'm going to have dishes. I'll save them for you. Actually, I have plumbing to do today, guys. I'm not looking forward to it. The hot water shut off on my kitchen sink is leaking. So I have to shut down all the water in the house and take the pipes apart to replace a washer in the shutoff. And you know you're all jealous. You wish you were me. And everybody would say, "Well, Laura, why doesn't your husband do that?" Because my husband doesn't have patience for plumbing. and I don't want to have to replace all the pipes. just I just want to, replace the seal. I got a sink full of dirty dishes staring me down. If I didn't do them at night, because in the nighttime my husband likes to nibble or whatever, and then of course he's got his coffee cup and all that, and it fills up. But I can't go to bed with dishes in the sink, so I always do them before I go to bed. If there's anything left over, just makes me, I don't know, anxious. Yeah, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, well, if somebody shows up in there like first thing in the morning and they're like, oh, look at all those dishes, she's a scumbag. Don't even do her dishes. I even Googled the problem. Sorry, guys. Oh, I know. That's just really weird, Bill. So, like I said, you're gonna have to go downstairs, fire up the big beast. Your public is waiting. They're waiting for you, Bill. And we don't have to see you in your sleepy shorts. Come replace my kitchen. Okay, I'll be over, Leanne. Yeah, kitchen faucet. It's easy to put a faucet in. Oh, thank you, Pinky. Actually, if I didn't want to do it, I would I would wait until my husband has time. But see, it's the hot water, and I don't want that running, because then it just jacks the bill up. Or I would just say tell my son to come over. My son had to replace his garbage disposal on his house sink last night. My dad usually does that stuff, but it's getting hard for him to see now. So even though he had his cataract surgery, I just don't want him crawling under my sink. So I do it. And that's what happens, when you have a husband that worked a lot of hours, and when things break and I'm stubborn and don't want to wait, I fix them myself. I replace the faucet in our bathroom, in our shower. It's really easy. Oh, she's still not feeling good, Bill. Oh, hopefully she feels better soon. Well, seeing that you can't join us this morning, Mr. Bill, when I have an open mic night, you're going to have to make up for it and join me. So there. What do you got to say about that, huh? Yes, we're all sending hearts, love, and kisses. Well, not kisses because we don't want no. It's not that kind of sick. Hopefully, she's better soon, Bill. I just, it's just hard for me to crawl under the sink and then get back up. Yeah, me too, but I do it. You put down a lot of cushion. You get like that foam rubber egg carton stuff. You roll it up, put it on the floor, and then just slide yourself under the sink. My problem is I've got a bad knee. I think I have arthritis in it. So yeah, I can't kneel down on it. And then when I try to get back up, if as long as I got something to grab onto, I can pull myself up. But then one knee is shot. I'm sick as hell and I have to meet up with everyone. Family who traveled to go to a fair I love, but has thousands of people. It's not going to be pretty. Oh no, Steph. Oh, put yourself put yourself in a hazmat suit, Steph. I guarantee you'll clear out that whole excuse me. Jesus, you got me choking. You'll clear out the whole fair. Then it'll be open field for all you guys. I know, isn't it terrible? That happened to me not too long ago. I had family to come to visit. Hadn't been here in years, and I was in bed sicker than a dog. And I missed the visit. Yeah, see, everybody heard me say that, Bill. That, seeing that you can't be with us this morning, next open mic, it's got your name on it. Bill has to join. And then you'll have to show your face on that one. Oh, isn't it terrible? It's kind of like blackmail, isn't it? And yeah, my next open mic is like 3 weeks away, unless you do another morning brew. But I don't want to stress you out, being up so early. Hopefully she feels better, and it's hardball Bill, yeah, I know. Well, see, I could talk trash because he can't get to me right away. I don't know about that. I can talk the trash because he can't get here quick enough. Because we all heard Bill agree. Yeah, that's right. That's it. Everybody heard it. It's being recorded and it's legal. It is legal. Laura, are you in the woods? I'm everywhere, Bill. I'm watching. Can you feel it? Yeah, staring you down. By the way, them shorts are pretty sexy, man. Actually, I was going to ask you guys, I was kicking around an idea for the month of October, doing it during the morning brew, maybe reading a scary story at the beginning of every show for the Halloween season. If this is something you'd be interested in, I'll do it. If not, just tell me, no, we don't want to hear that shit, and I won't do it. Cue the spooky music. Yeah, I know. Bill, I'm everywhere. Did you hear that owl the other? Oh no, I missed it. I must have been after I jumped off. I passed right out after I got off the show, which was a good thing. And good thing I set the alarm for this morning so I would get up. It was raining and it was comfortable, and my body said yes, and I was done. That's right. I'm everywhere. Everywhere, Bill. Everywhere. I show up when you least expect it. I know all. I see all. I'm a fake psychic medium. I even invade your dreams. I'm in. I vote for Spooky Story. All right, cool. I thought it'd be fun, for the Halloween spooky season. And there's some really good ones. And there'd be short ones. So I found some really good short ones. I'm ready to fall asleep. Good night. Oh, good night, Pinky. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed that tiramisu. I'm still cleaning off the screen for the piece that you shoved through. I think story time is a fun idea. Oh, all right. Cool. So let's do it. So yeah, I guess that would be the next time. Oh, let's see. No, we've got one more morning brew before September's finished. And then we'll kick it off the first week of October. October. We'll do it that I like Mr. Ballin. This strange man keeps walking in my room. bringing me gifts. I'll take them. I got no problem with gifts. She's going to sleep well, belly full of tiramisu. You guys keep talking about this guy, and I still haven't had a chance to check it out. I'm gonna have to make it a point to pop in and check that out. See you next time, and a story would be fun. Good night, Laura. Okay, thanks, Pinky. Yeah, I'm gonna start picking out some really spooky adventure stories, whatever, Halloween stories. I thought it would be cool. I'm trying to, I want to fill up the month of October with a little bit of Halloween fun. I love doing the interviews and all of that, but in between whiles, I thought, we gotta spook it up. I have a creepy old broad that looks at me in the mirror, scares the heck out of me. Oh, Jesus. Sage, it must be the same old broad that shows up in my mirror. And you look and you get that jump. Like, what the hell? Where'd they come from? Great storyteller. You, Bill? Yeah, you tell a good story. Bill talks about. Oh, you're talking about that guy. Okay. Sarah's and stuff you'd remember. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd have to check him out. I should write it down. If I don't write it down, it's just gone. No, that's a lie too, because I write stuff down and I still I still don't remember it. I'm the type of person that writes a list for the grocery store and then goes to the store and the list's still at home on the table. That's really sick. And I'll be like, oh shit. My husband's like, what? I go, oh, the list is on the table. But it's funny how I'll still remember everything that was on the list. Steffi, it's a two-way mirror, damn it. We're all going around spooking everybody in the morning. Hence the avatar on the morning brew. Because, like I said, I get up, just brush my hair quick, and come out here with a cup of coffee. So for all you guys know, I could be naked. Sitting here on a cold leather seat with a cup of coffee. Even the thought of that is just not right. So, sorry. Mrs. Brew's scary story time. Yeah, maybe I should come up with something. That's good. Like I said, I want to tweak the intro. Maybe add some more chickens and stuff to it. That was done in a quick hurry. That intro, because the one I had wasn't working, so I had to come up with something fast. Booze and morning brew. My coffee is finally kicking in. I may change from zombie to almost human. There you go, Sage. Yeah, I think I've rised above zombie levels so far. So I'm usually good after I eat something because I never eat breakfast. I don't eat until lunchtime, so it takes a little while. Maybe I should eat something. It wouldn't take as long for me to get my ass moving. Can I be naked too? Sure, Steph. What the hell? Nobody can see. Be free. Be who you are. Strip off the restrictions of society. Dump the clothing. Started with spooky stories ahead of time. Yeah. Well, I could start one. I could do it with the next brew if you guys don't care. For the record, I'm actually wearing pajama pants. Oh, spoil sport. Bill, you just killed the vision, Bill. I mean, what is up with that? Pajama pants. A headless chicken like the headless horse chicken. Well, the intro, I'm knocking out the crow with a pan, so there you go, the headless crow. Yeah, he's just dream crusher Bill. Oh, I got jamma pants on. So hey, well, they shouldn't be looking in your window, Steph. It's your right to not have blinds closed. My husband will break my balls when we go out on a ride somewhere in the evening and we go by, through like the rich people section. Well, they don't have mini blinds and stuff on their windows. So it's wide open. So you can see right in. And we'll be at a light and I'm looking, I go, oh, look at that hutch. My husband, what are you doing? I said, well, it's wide open. I could see in there. I'm admiring their decor. No wonder why that dude is always looking at you. Because, yeah, she's running around. Well, hey, she can still kick it off, man. She's got a rockin' bod. I always tell everybody, to be honest, if I was skinny like when I was younger, I'd be naked all the time. I hate clothes. But now that gravity and age has set in, yeah, nobody wants to see. I don't even want to see it. So I ain't sharing it with nobody. She's talking out front. Okay. But yeah, if I look like stuff, yeah, I'd be naked. Screw it. I'd go out and get the paper naked. I know. Clothes are just so restricting. My birthday suit is wrinkled. Yeah, I'm getting signs of the wrinklage myself, Sage. Closer I get to 60, I'm like, oh man, I need just a whole body overhaul. Like magic lube, you just dip yourself in. I have my ink that covers a lot of me. Oh, yeah. But I only have one tattoo, and it's on my ankle. That ain't covering much. I'm feeling so bad. I'm not in today. So sorry, guys. I really wanted to. Well, you just have to come on next time. That's okay. Hey, we know technical difficulties. Well, like I said, my internet shut down when we were talking. I got to pop back on. Internet service in central New York sucks. Steph says, yes, we enjoy you, Bill. See, they enjoy you, Bill. Bill's a rock star in his jammy pants. At least tell us that you've got like a manly print on those jammy pants, not like Snoopy or something. I go on a computer, but I don't want to go in the studio. I was in there too long last night. Aha, see? Won't even make the sacrifice for the morning crew. We understand, Bill. We understand. No, I know. There's times where you gotta get out. Otherwise, we're gonna all turn into trolls with like big eyeballs because we're all on the ground, stuck to a screen. Oh, they're flannel. Okay, there we go. That makes it better. They're flannel. That's hot. Okay, everybody be quiet. Sage is going to be on a team meeting. So just give her a second or two and then everybody start making fart noises. So Give them all something to talk about. Hey, what's wrong with the snoopers? No, oh no, no, there's nothing wrong with them. Oh, you went on for 5 hours? You fool, you. Excuse me. 5 hours. I've done that. So I know how he feels. You can't get up after that. You kind of have to roll yourself back into the other room. It's so humid here at the moment. It's supposed to be in the 80s. Oh, man. No, we're going to have low 70s today. And actually, I think it's raining again because I can hear the cars going by and the road sounds wet. I think that Alistair was full of crap last night. Oh, you had somebody in there that was handing you a line? You seem to be having a good convo with him. Oh, wait. Yeah, he was in there when I was still in there. Here's what it is. You don't know if when you're talking to people in the chat if they're authentic or they're just handing you a line of crap. Especially when you're having a genuine conversation about something, and we love the pranksters, we love the jokes, but if you're having a decent conversation about something, and because other people are in there to learn, and then you got somebody that's handing you, the bullpucky. But what do I know? I was on nighttime cold medicine. Steph was feeling no pain. Did the stuff he tell you not match up? Ah. So was he debating on the information that you were putting out, Bill? Or is it well, because I know that you said that the guitar was not an authentic as you thought it was, that it was would you say it was Chinese made? I mean, it still look a nice looking instrument. And I'm sure by the time when you're done with it, it'll be, fabulous. Are you in the meeting yet, Sage? So we can all start making our sound effects? I'm terrible because I used to do that when my husband would be on a phone call. I'd be making some weird sounds or something like that, or make up something strange in the background. He'd be giving me like the death look. And I used to love it when they had like caller ID on like your landlines. And people would call and I would answer the phone with some kind of weird stuff. And there'd be silence on the other end. It's a good way to get rid of a telemarketer. Always pretend you're a funeral home. And they shut right up. Well, he said he had a 69. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Mustang guy. Okay. 650 miles on it. What? Original miles? That's impossible. Then he said he created a guitar for, and then he said he had to go too because he had school in the morning. Ah, okay. Yeah. I call BS. A 69 with only 650 on it. So what they're telling me is that they drove around for just about a month or so and then they put it on a pedestal as a showpiece. Yeah, there's no way. No way. Like high school. Yeah, that's probably what it was. She has us in one ear and meeting in the other. Okay, everybody makes some weird noises. Hey, Sage, booga booga booga. That'd be hysterical. They heard that and be like, what the hell was that? It's the natives on the other side. They're getting restless. Could be college too. You don't know. He said his grandfather gave it to him. So yeah, but still only 650 miles. I'm sure grandpa, tore up some pavement with that car. I know I would have. Yeah, Sage, the natives are getting restless. Great googly moogie. Ooga booga, yeah. That's what, but the thing is that when you're meetings like that, people don't take the joke. They get mad. They're party poopers. But I'm like, do that. Answer your phone, and if you know who it is, and you just say something really, way out there, and there's a big pause on the other end. They're like, what? What the hell are they talking about? I have an 85 Ford Bronco, all original, with less than 9,000 miles on it. Nice. What was it? Just a Sunday go to meeting vehicle? We are all over in our vehicle. So it's we always at least clock over 100,000, close to 200,000 on our vehicles. We drive everywhere. I used to get to my father, oh, you never stay home. There's always us somewhere. Well, yeah, that's the point. I'm getting my money's worth out of these, out of this car or truck or whatever. Yeah, even if it were college, he wouldn't be creating a guitar. Sir, I went to his YouTube and listened to his songs, and not that great. Ah, well, he's an aspiring, maybe. I regret not buying my boyfriend's 69 Bronco when he died. My dog absolutely loved that Bronco. I think we all have that one vehicle that we wish we bought and we didn't. Actually, I still wish my father had his truck. That thing was a rocket ship. I mean, it would suck gas like crazy, but you just tap that gas pedal and you were in just hyperspace. I used to love it. I'd borrow it sometimes and go somewhere, and when these guys see a girl in a truck, they're thinking, well, yeah, she's not going to drag race or whatever. They take advantage because we're a girl. And oh my god, and Bill knows what I'm talking about on Commercial Drive. It's a 4-lane roadway, and it's where all the car dealerships are. And I was a bad girl a few times and did some drag racing on that with that truck, which shocked the crap out of the guy in the other car. The truck had a huge engine in it, and it was just gone. And I have a feeling it was the same guy because he worked at a dealership. So every time he was driving a different car, and if he seen me, he would start revving. So I think it was just a game, but I had fun. And then I would tease my father and tell him I always got it up on 2 wheels. Yeah, you probably did. Parents bought it for ranch work, but it didn't do the job, so they parked it and I inherited it. Oh, okay. Yeah, you need a truck when you're on a ranch. You need, and to be honest with you, a Ford truck is the best truck for farm work. When I lived out in Missouri, I used to drive one of the family members. This was like the biggest truck that Ford had at the time. You needed a ladder to get in this thing, and it was a beast. And it had God amounts of mileage on it, over 100,000, closer to two. I probably had 200,000, and this thing just kept going. What was it? Oh, my dad's truck, Bill. It was a Dodge. Um, I gotta remember. God, it's been so long. But you literally, yeah. If you drove it the way that I was driving, you would see the gas needle move. And this truck had some balls, and I couldn't help myself. The little devil on my shoulder said, "Come on, do it, do it." And of course, Bill knows the speed limit on Commercial Drive is only 45, and I clipped it doing 90 one day. Bill, I got away with it too. Of course, then it was like a couple weeks after that same guy in a sports car, and I was driving on my truck, and I couldn't beat the sports car. I was like, "Oh, you little ass hat." So pretty much it was just a game. So then, like years after, the truck was gone. No, I don't. I don't think it was a Dakota. It might have been Bill. It might have been a Dakota. But it was no, because it was a bigger one. My father had a red Dakota, and then he switched to the white one, and it was. It might. I'll have to ask him. I forgot what it was. And actually, he bought it from a guy that used to haul his boat with it. But the guy got rid of it because it was a gas hog. It had the big engine in it. And not for another one, my father got rid of it. I told him, I says, you should have just sold the engine to somebody because that engine was a beast. And we'd always make a joke that you had to carry your own gas station with it. You wanted power. This truck had power. And like I said, you just touched the pedal and it was gone. I'd have to ask. I'm not sure if it was the 15. It might have been the 1500. But it moved. It had the bigger engine in it. It was just huge. And it was in great shape. But my father, because the eyesight, he had to give up his license. So we ended up selling the truck. But yeah, I had a ball with that truck while I could. And then after a while, we'd be talking about it, reminiscing. I go, oh, yeah, that truck. I said, I had that on 2 wheels. I knew it, he goes. You can't help it. The little devil wins every now and then. But I'm so lucky I didn't get busted because, man, that ticket would have been huge. And I'm a bad girl because I used to do it when I borrowed my son's Jeep. One of my son's first Jeeps, and it had the big engine in the Jeep, and it sounded like a race car. I mean, it had a that kind of noise. And I remember one day I was driving home from work, and my son had gone mudding the day before. So here it is. You get this, middle-aged woman and this huge Jeep covered in mud, and it sounds like a hot rod. The looks I got, I loved it. It was so funny. The 360, Bill, all I know, it was the biggest engine they could shove into this truck. And it was a gas hog. And all my father did was go to work and go to the store. He would horseplay with it once in a while, but I think I got more fun out of it than he did. Like I said, it was, when you get behind the wheel and it's something that's got power, you can't help yourself. So like if I lived where Bill lived, I'd be drag racing up and down the road all the time. Maybe it's my inner race car driver. I don't know. It only happens once in a while, but you get that music on the radio, and then you just punch it, and you're gone. Of course, the truck we have now, it doesn't move that way, so. But I like I said, I always loved the reaction because it's just here you are as a girl in a truck, and it was the 360 with the V. Yeah, yep. It was a beast. So yeah, what's kind of fun I had with that truck. It was a good time. And I've always been, a sucker for the muscle cars. And if I could get a classic muscle Chevy Nova, oh man. My Durango I was in your Durango. The first one that you got, I remember. The time when you were giving me a ride home, you were into Durango, and then we went back and got your sports car, and you gave me a ride home. And now that I'll be honest with you, Bill. That day when went to your house and we swapped out, and you got your sports car, you know what? I felt like a silly old woman sitting in that car because I'm thinking, here I am, and I don't know why I felt that way. I just did, and I don't feel that way about stuff like that now. But for just some reason, that day, I just didn't. It didn't suit me. I know it's just the C20. Yeah, it might have been, yeah, because I remember you got the Durango off your dad, but then you offered to give me a ride home. So we go, but we're going to stop in how so I can get my other car. And yeah, that's looking forward to this weekend. Got a box of apples to can up. Ooh, lucky duck. Lucky duck. I don't remember which one it was, Bill. But I know it was a sports car. I was lucky I could, well, of course, I could move back then in and out, get it out of it without having to roll out. I need to go get myself some apples too, because I need to make some applesauce. Or we could just all go to Sage's house and eat hers. But it is apple season. I need to get my butt. Maybe this weekend. Yeah, I'll go get a half a bushel and make up some goodies. I need to get some cabbage too. My father wants guamkis. I've already had the request. So that's an all day cooking adventure. But it's worth it because they're good. Yeah, it might have been your Camaro. Now that I think about it, yeah, I think you're right. Yep. Sounds good. I'll brew up some coffee. All right, we're all going to Sage's. Applesauce and coffee. Or, if you feel like it, making a pie would be nice too. Talk about begging, right? Hey, misbehaving. Good morning. Go to Bill's neighbor's house. She's got a bunch of apples, I hear. Oh, I know. We should go over there and just clean out her yard. That was the 92 anniversary edition. Oh, okay. We never owned one of those because it was never practical, even though my husband wanted a sports car. And I told him, I said, no, I get it. All guys want their sports car. I says, but look at where we travel. If there's a dirt road with a bunch of potholes, we are on it in the middle of nowhere. How far do you think you're going to get with a Camaro? Yeah, she might throw them at you or rope you into helping. We'll have to do a covert operation. Bill will have to hook us up with night vision and we'll go through a yard and clean it out. I love the way you say apple. Oh, all right. Why you say it differently? Apple. I got the same response from Beardo when I say squirrel. No, don't go to her house. She'll ask you to fix her lawnmower. Well, that's where everybody thought that. That's why you were a no-show this morning, because you were doing lawnmower repair. Or I'll send you all the pics of all the crazy food at the Big E, the fair today. Ooh, good. I could just imagine what there's going to be. I haven't been to a fair in years. No, Bill, that's your job. That's right. You're the lawnmower man and your flannel panties. I'm the plumber, remember? Wasn't there an old character that Madge the plumber? Is that what her name was? Good Lord. I think that's what it was. Excuse me. She'll send a message through you to have Bill do it. Yeah. You know that, Bill? Would you have him fix my lawnmower? What accent is that? Apple, cabbage. The A sounds awesome, like Boston. Apple and cabbage. Well, I'm from New York, so there's all different accents. So maybe it's because it's the long A sound. Yeah, I got to get me some cabbage. It's time to roll the cabbage. But I don't understand the squirrel thing with Beardo. So apparently I say squirrel. Funny. I don't know how they say it in the UK. Otherwise, I would mimic it. I do an okay English accent. Chutica. Oh yeah, Chutica. Well, that's that more New York. The Chutica accent. I know a lot of people say that. Well, oh, I love your accent. I'm thinking, okay, I don't hear it, but cool. But then when I hear people from New York City, yeah, there's an accent there. Sometimes you can't even understand what they're saying. You know what I mean, Bill? See, now if Bill was on, he could do it. Bill's good with accents. I call them furry rats, not squirrels. Oh, they're so cute. They make good pets if you get them when they're a baby. Leanne says you sound normal to me. Oh, thank you. But I don't know. Do I want to be normal? I was called a weirdo one time. I'm like, thank you. Why am I weird? But okay. I think it sounds pretty normal, whatever normal is. Exactly. Normal is different for everybody. Uh, well, that's true. We should ask. Miss B, where are you from? I can relate. Yeah, they can cause some serious damage, but they are cute. We've had a few that, oh, she's Canadian, eh? Ah, Canadian, eh? Congratulations, you weirdo. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm here all week. I sound New Yorkish. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You sound like I do, I guess. But he could do like that, the Brooklyn or the Yonkers New York accent, which is pretty thick. There's some I can mimic just certain words or just like well, if I do UK, I could pretty much do a conversation like that to an extent. But other ones, it might be just a certain word. Like what is it? I don't know what region of Canada where instead of saying about, they go about, about. I don't know if it's Ottawa or or like Australian accents. Love them. Of course, I do love a good Scottish accent. Oh, good gracious! I love the New York accents. Someday I'll visit. Oh, it's definitely a journey, depending on what parts of New York you go to. I think the city it's too overwhelming for me. But if you love all that hustle and bustle and then yeah, that's the place to go. And I heard it's beautiful at Christmas, so you should go at Christmas time because the decorations are just fabulous. Here where Bill and I are, it's more of a rural New York, which we like. Not too many peoples. I think different dialects are really good. Yeah, they are. They're great. I have trouble processing some of them if they're really thick. Like, oh, my niece lives in Buffalo. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have friends that live in Buffalo. Nice city, Buffalo. Um, the Indian accent. Oh man, I have a hard time processing that one. A couple times where you'll get a doctor and they're Indian and like, oh crap. And I have to tell them, I'm having a hard time understanding you. I feel like a dork, but I mean, don't go to New York City. Now, Bill, some people love that kind of atmosphere. That's how it goes. I talk normal. It's everyone else that sounds funny. Yeah, yeah. But believe it or not, I had a friend that they moved to Georgia, and her daughter was, the kids were in school. They were going to send her daughter to a speech class because they thought she had a speech issue. And my girlfriend goes, "Well, what are you talking about?" Well, she talks so quickly. She goes, "No, my daughter's a New Yorker. That's how we speak." And she goes, she doesn't need to go to speech classes because, out in Georgia, it's very laid back and slow and, country sounding. And, we don't sound that way. But they thought that, it was an issue. Like, you got to be kidding. Now, see, my sister loves New York City. It's too much. Too many buildings, too many people, too many cars. It's just too much. It would be like, I would feel like I would be suffocating if I went there. So, yeah, I could never go there. I've had many opportunities because, my sister, let's go there, go shopping. No, I can't do it. It's too much. And actually, well, just recently, since 9/11, I've been rewatching all of the 9/11 documentaries. I've been finding some stuff that I didn't see before. It's still, I just still can't absorb that such a thing happened. And you hear their stories, and it's still so upsetting. Those poor people, those poor families, it'll never be the same ever. No matter how many years go by. My furry supervisor just came over to nap beside me. What a sweet guy. Aww. Making sure the meeting's going all right. Contrary to all the elbows up BS up here, I love the USA. Oh, well, that's great. I mean, I've been to Canada once, not very far. But Canada's very nice as well. Very clean, which I loved it. On our side of our roads, it's garbage and junk. And you knew when you crossed over into Canada because the highway was just beautiful. Flowers, everything was beautiful. Where we have weeds and somebody's thrown out old tires. It's terrible. And my sister lives there. Oh, that's right. I forgot your sister lives there. See, I couldn't do that. Too many people, too much. Sometimes it's nice working from home. Yes, it is. But the US is great. We have so many things here. And each state is different. That's the adventure of it. It's so many different people. And you get a lot of people, the melting pot in New York. I would go just for the food because you see those shows on television. They have delis and stuff like that that are just make you want to just melt. But I'm not going to travel all that way just to go get a sandwich. Me too. 9/11 was unbelievably horrific. I can't watch anything about it without crying. Oh, I do. I cry terrible. But it's a learning process to see the stuff that we missed and hear the inside stories, and it's still you still can't comprehend that it happened. And I actually met a couple one time at camp a few years back that was there the day that that happened, and they were telling us their story, and I'm thinking, oh wow, just wow. Love Canada, been there a dozen times. Yeah, see, and he didn't invite any of us. Didn't invite us. Of course, the majority of that was work trip, right, Bill? That was lab stuff. Sure. Montreal is awesome for food. Yeah. Well, I forgot where is it where Mike went one time. They don't even have police around in this town where he went in Canada. But he said it was gorgeous. It was just picturesque and pretty and very nice. The people were great. And he said the food was fabulous, but I don't remember where he said he went. I don't think it wasn't Montreal, I don't think. You know what's scary about October? That's when I get my property tax. Yeah, that would scare me. I know my son just paid his. See, mine is set up where it's included with my mortgage payment, so I don't see anything extra. But when the house is paid off, yeah, that's when the fun begins, and that's real soon. Of course, if I went and get a home equity loan, it would stretch it out. Uh, yeah, Montreal is awesome for food. No, mostly because I have family that lives in Buffalo. Oh, that's right. So yeah, George and we crossed the border that one time. This was up before all that crap where you had to have, passports and stuff for Canada. Uh, and I'd never been there, so he brought me there. We crossed the border, and we only drove a little ways because we didn't know where the hell we were going. I mean, we were young kids then, and like, um, he says, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Everybody was driving around with their headlights on. We didn't know what the reason was for that. So I said, you know what? We better just turn around and go back home before we get in trouble. So that's what we did. And then, of course, we're going through the gate again. And the guy goes, well, he looked at us really weird. He goes, like, what happened? We didn't know what the hell we were doing. So we come back. He started laughing. But I had no idea why they drove around with the headlights on. We also, we didn't know how to read the mileage back then because we were going, we didn't go kilometers. We didn't learn that way. It was mileage. So we were like, I don't know what the hell that is. Neither did he. So he said, screw it. We don't want to get caught and get a ticket or, what was the reason for them driving around with headlights on during the day? Had no clue. And of course, this was, oh God, this was before we got married. So this was in the early 80s. She says, Montreal's beautiful, but you better know a little French because they don't like to parler Anglais. Ah. I only know one phrase that I learned from, I've got Steve Martin. It's omelette du fromage. That's all I know. Oh, of course, the usual, saying yes or no or yeah, oui. Other than that, we don't know kilometers either. We just say an hour away. Yeah, see, we do that too here. They'll say, well, how long does it take to get to Bill's house? Depends on how fast you're going. 20 minutes. Or, we're going up north to you go up on a mountain somewhere. It's about an hour away. But yeah, we couldn't understand the signs and and like I said, the headlight things. I thought, no, I had a funny feeling. I said, we better go home. I saw part of Canada. I can say I was here. It's beautiful. Let's turn around before we get busted by the Canadian cops. Those guys that pull up on the moose. Have you heard about that, Bill? Up on the mountain? Every week they're having moose sightings. Figures the weekend I was there. You think the moose would show up? Nope. Probably said, oh shit, here she comes. Let's get out of here. I'm so frustrated. Last time I saw a moose, I was 10 years old. And it was incredible. And I've been waiting ever since then to see another one. And they don't show up when I'm there. Not fair. Not fair at all. West of Mississippi, you have to say miles to get somewhere, not time. I know. There's a few places, yeah. Because when you say hours or minutes, they're like, what? Oh yeah, rub it in, misbehaving. Saw a moose last week. It was last week. A friend of mine they were closing up their camp, and she says, yeah, this was in Eagle Bay. Bill knows where that is. A bull moose and his girl just traveling down the road, and then they decided to go take a dip in the lake. Swam around for a little while and then got out. I said, that figures. And I wasn't there. Have you seen a pugwudgie? I don't know. I could have. I'm still on the fence about that one. But I probably would try to snatch him up and bring him home. Because if they're supposed to be like little Ewoks, who doesn't want an Ewok? Come on. I'd have a squirrel if it didn't make a mess. My husband had a pet squirrel when he was a kid. He used to like to crawl up his leg and get in his pocket. And then hang his head out the edge of the pocket while my husband walked around. Cutest thing. I call them swamp donkeys. They're on the move this time of year. They are huge and they do not F around. Oh, you're right. They don't. Yes, they are a very aggressive animal. The time I saw one when I was a kid, we were at camp, and we were all on the dock, and we just see these antlers coming, bobbing, and all of a sudden we realized it was a moose walking across the lake, and all you could see was his head and his antlers, and he was just walking his way down. It was incredible. So I would love to see it again. You like Bob Ross. Okay, Bill, what just throw that. I like Bob Ross. Are you talking about, Happy Little Tree Bob Ross? Or I love Bob Ross too. Guy was brilliant with a paintbrush. I used to copy his style of painting, and then I switched it over to sponges. Painting with sponges is pretty cool. Bob Ross had a pet squirrel. Oh, did he? I didn't know that. Yeah, it was a baby when it found my husband. And from day one, it crawled up into my husband's got into his pocket. My husband's like, what the hell? And he was just like a kid. And of course, he brought it home. His mother goes, oh, no, you got to throw it out. And my son put it back outside, went up to his bedroom, and then the squirrel crawled up to the second floor, was tapping on the window. My husband would open the window, and the squirrel would run in and go right up his leg into his pocket. So he was stuck with him. The squirrel adopted my husband. Turned out to be a really good pet. Better than a dog. It would alert them that anybody was around, or if he didn't like anybody, he'd let you know about it. But they could be messy. They get into everything. Raccoons make fun pets too, if you can get them when they're little. Very intelligent animals. Of course, unless you get like a red squirrel. Red squirrels have attitude. They're smaller, but they've got, big man syndrome, or, they've got the attitude. They're hilarious. They really are. Let's see what we're doing, guys. Wow, we're headed towards the 3-hour mark. Fantastic. Oh. Oh, no, man, you weren't on here. Don't read this up. Yes, we will take all the subs that we can. All the support we will take. We really, really appreciate it. I had a possum that was domesticated itself and hung out with my cats. Oh, that's cool. They had mama bear and 3 cubs on their property in the spring. I think it's great when the bears come around. You just got to be careful with the bears. We see them all the time. We just give them their distance. My dog ignored it. Just another cat. Right, the dog, I don't care. Probably thinking, great, another one. Actually, we had some bear issues this year. They were wandering down towards the city, the outlying areas of the city, and people were worried. And it was just a young black bear, but probably got lost on his way down, trying to find his way back up on the mountain. Looking for people's garbage. The skunk population is what I have a problem with. They're everywhere. I could go for a tuna sub right now. Trip into town. Now I'm going to do beef and broccoli stir fry. Oh, yeah. They come for the apples. Love the apples. Yeah, if you've got apples, you've got the deer. You've got, the bears. They love it. I don't have to worry about it. The only thing I have in my yard is grass, pine trees, and grape leaves. So they're not looking for the grape leaves. The bugs are, though. I don't know. Maybe she passed out from cold medication. Of course, she did say she had to get going because she was going to take off to the fair thing that she was going to go to with family. Sounds yummy. I'm trying to decide what to fix for lunch. Yeah, I got some broccoli I got to use up, so I figured I'd do that. Yeah, we have some groundhogs too. They enjoy my plants, the fat little things. So I always got to spray my plants with like a pepper spray to keep them away. Otherwise, I'd have no roses. I think it's the buffet. Oh, she's listening. She's lurking, Bill. She's watching you, Bill. People showing up at my house. Oh, psh. That's what you get for leaving the door unlocked. I know, I feel bad for her. She feels like a hammered crab and she's got to go out. The bottom line is if you're sick, you're sick. And if you can't do it, then they're just going to have to catch you on the next trip. That's all they can expect. Okay, guys, I think we're going to call it for today. I'm going to get a jump on starting lunch. That takes a little while. I'm sure everybody's got to get on with their plans. Sage has got that big meeting she's in. Steph's got to put clothes on because company's showing up. The world don't stop because I'm sick. No, the outside world don't, but your world, you could say I've had enough. Come back later. That's what I do. Said I'm sick. Shut the phone off. Lock the door. Catch me on another day. Sorry, peoples. As long as I'm not vomiting or have vertigo, I'm good. Oh, okay. You know what's best for you. Steph the superstar. I'm all done on the meeting. Aw, so we can't even have any more fun with that. So, but as I was saying, guys, I always appreciate everybody coming to hang out for a little coffee chat. Just please like, comment, subscribe. You might want to kick and give Bill one or two if you're feeling generous. I mean, seeing that he couldn't get on, it is what it is. But no, we get it. If you want, check out the merch shop. I've got some new Morning Brew merch stuff in there. And as you guys know, everything comes back to the channel to help my po self keep a gabbing. Yeah, and also you have until the end of today, guys, to send in any submissions for the magazine, because I'll be spending the weekend putting it all together to get it out to print for the first. And if you didn't get a chance to look at the last month's, actually it would be this month's, September's issue, the link should be in my posts. Download that PDF because it'll disappear by the end of the month so I can make room for the new issue. Steph, do your best. Don't overdo. Hope you feel better soon. Bill, thanks for hanging out in the chat. Sorry you couldn't get on with me live, but now you owe me one. Hopefully your baby girl feels good soon, Bill. Make her a fried bologna sandwich. She'll love it. I have great timing. Oh, yeah. We're signing off so everybody can get their day started and eat, because I'm starting to feel a little hungry. So it's time for me to start cooking. And of course, I'll see you guys in a chat somewhere else. It's Friday. Who knows? Well, actually, I'm not scheduled for anything for Saturday, but Sunday, Chick Chat will be on. I'm not sure if Carla's going to be joining me, so I might be just doing it on my own. We'll see what happens. I always fly by the seat of my pants. So until then, guys, have a great day and enjoy your morning brew. See you soon.